Hello again. For this video I'm going to be looking at a solution from a company called Scense that tackles areas of application delivery, workplace management and user profile management. For the purposes of this demonstration I'm going to be flicking in between three virtual machines. The first one that we're on here at the moment is the Active Directory controller, and it's nothing special. Just your standard AD controller. We're looking specifically at some test users and groups I've set up, which is a administrator, a staff user, student user, and the staff user is part of a group called test staff. The student is part of a user called test student. So it's fairly straightforward there. The Windows machine that I'm going to be testing on. At the moment we logged in as the staff user, and if we look at what's installed on this machine, we can see that I've just got a couple of applications here. Net School Support, I've got the Scense client that's been installed, and then some Microsoft App V client and prerequisites there as well. The Scense client isn't running at the moment. We can see that here. There's no running applications. There's the on-demand service that's running. You can make the client run automatically on startup. For the purposes of this demonstration, I've just put it here in the taskbar so we can actually see applications getting deployed. The next server I'll show you is the Scense server, and basically I've got all the Scense tools here. We're looking at Scense Explorer 8.2, and basically I'm just going to walk through how easy it is to deploy an application using Scense. For the purposes of this example, I'll deploy an app V package. So the easiest way to do this is express tasks, add a new application. I'm just looking here on my server, the domain controller, which you can see here, and we'll go to app V packages, and I will push out Chrome, and we will push that out to test staff. Okay, so you can see there it's all come up, and we just press next and OK. So now this is adding all the information here into the database. Now once this finishes here, you'll be able to modify the installation if you needed to, and we'll go through that after I show you the deployment of this. So that's done, and you can see here that the Chrome application that we've just published is accessible to anyone in the test staff group. So if we go back now to our machine here, and we'll just prove that it hasn't got Chrome installed anywhere, and we can even go back here and Chrome. You can see it's not coming up. We'll run the Scense client. You can see it do its thing. So you can see it's found the Chrome application here, and that will pull that across to this client machine now, and it pops up on the desktop here. Now you can see by going into the client, you've got your user profile information. You've also got more information about your computer here, the name, IP address, things like that. Messages, if you've sent clients any messages, they'll pop here for the clients. Printers, if you're deploying printers via Scense. Any settings to do with applications. For example, you can you can tell an application not to put a shortcut on the desktop or something like that. And you can see Chrome, we can see it's not installed. So if we double click on that, now it will do its thing here. We'll just wait for it to install on its first click. It's loading now, the app V package. So Scense can deploy things such as MSIs, AppV, thin apps, and you can do multiple methods of installation on those. For example, NetSchool, the installation file has a tutor version and a student version, so you can capture an installation of that within Scense to deploy the tutor version to all your staff, and then choosing the student option in that installation process to deploy to your students. You've also got things such as prerequisites that you can add. Again, NetSchool as an example, you can add a VB script that will modify your registry so that the computer that you're installing it on will have the proper information there to what tutor console to attach that client to. Back on our Windows 8 desktop here, you can see that Chrome's installed and running, and we can have a look now, and as it's an AppV app, it will come up in the installed applications here under Google Chrome. So that's ready to use, and you can see there how easy it is to push out an application with using Scense. What I'll show you now is, if we go back here, we can have a look at the what I was talking about earlier in regards to adding a VB script to the login process to be able to edit your registry settings and things like that. So you can see this is a simple VB script here that, depending on when it installs, to look into the file share and run these registry files to update registry information on that computer. Another thing you can do is, if we drill into this application, and we can go to Windows Installer, capture a setup process, and this just tells you it will reset all the current settings. We can do that for the instance of this presentation. So this will not install the program on this server, but it will capture the installation process so that we know, if there's any settings that are specific to a user type or a group type, we'll be able to capture them, and for the instance of this application, be able to push that out to the user. So you can see here it's just next, and you'll be able to, you've got student, tutor, IT technician, so these will be captured installations for each of these groups. So there's a lot of different ways that you can handle pushing out applications, and I hope that this has been an insight on a alternative method to what you're using at the moment. And as always, if you have any queries about this solution, don't hesitate to contact Agile Tech at www.agiletech.com.au. Thank you for watching.